Firehouse Studio. She has published her 9th book, timed with the 35th anniversary of the Children's Defense Fund. It's called The Sea is So Wide and My Boat is So Small, Charting a Course for the Next Generation. Marian Wright Edelman, welcome to Democracy Now! And it's particularly important to talk to you in these critical times when, as you write, the gap between rich and poor in the United States is the highest ever recorded and higher than in every other wealthy industrialized nation. And we're seeing perhaps the largest bailout in history passed for the wealthiest corporations in this country.
And the real crisis in America is not the real bailout on Wall Street. It is what we're doing with our children and our failure to invest in our human capital for the future. What is happening in our country where a child, the rich, is born into poverty every 33 seconds, and we have seen an increase in child poverty, 500,000 in the last 2 years.
500,000.
500,000 children between 2005, 2006, and that's before the downturn in the economy, where we have a child who is born without health insurance every 41 seconds, is neglected or abused every 36 seconds, is having a child every minute, and where we have got 1 in 3 black boys who is 7 years old today who is going to go to prison in his lifetime, 1 in 6 Hispanic boys likely to go to prison in his lifetime, 1 in 17 white boys to go to prison in his lifetime. We're the world's biggest jailer, and we're spending 3 times more in incarceration than on public education per pupil, and where we've got 10% of our children drop out of school every 10 seconds of every school day, and where 65% of all of our children are not reading at grade level in 12th grade if they've stayed in school, and half of them have not, and where over 80% of our black and Hispanic children cannot read at grade level in 4th, 8th, or 12th grade. The real economic downfall is in these figures, and we have got to begin to get our heads screwed on straight and to begin to invest in the future and in our young people today.
And yet we've been told that we can't afford that.
Well, we can't afford not to. We have seen, in fact, an ideological and economic coup d'etat over the last decade, where we've taken from the poor, taken from children, and given in massive tax breaks to the rich, and prosecuting several wars. And, you know, this is just, we're upside down. We have got to reset our moral compass. We have got to redirect our attention to our internal human infrastructure, because I'm convinced that what we are failing to do today in educating our children and providing them very basic health care is going to be a moral and economic Achilles heel that's going to topple America's leadership in the world in the future.